People's top of the morning. It is Tuesday, December 12th, and I am here with your geopolitical news. I had to take a few days off because I was under the weather. I really wasn't feeling good, but I am back now. Al Jazeera reports Yemen's Houthis claim missile attack on Norwegian ship Strinder. No casualties reported from strike on Strinder tanker as it passed through strategic Bab al Mandeb Strait. Yemen's Houthi rebels say they hit a Norwegian tanker in the Iran-aligned group's latest military operation amid Israel's war on Gaza. Norwegian-owned and operated ship Strinder was struck on Monday night as it passed through the strategic Bab al-Mandeb Strait separating East Africa from the Arabian Peninsula. I mean, it's up to you to decide whether you feel like the Houthi rebels are wrong or doing something inappropriate. Seems like they're targeting any ships that come around or near about Yemen because of the conflict that's going on with Israel and Palestine. And so, I can only imagine that until that conflict is over, that things like this will continue to happen. In other news, Al Jazeera reports Israel-Palestine conflict like we were lesser humans. Gaza boys' men recall Israeli arrests, torture. Rounded up by Israeli forces in Gaza City, Palestinians described being stripped, blindfolded, numbered, and tortured while detained. So what you're seeing in the image is a child with his father. I'm assuming that this picture was taken inside of a hospital. And so this child and his father was detained for absolutely no reason. They weren't given any reason why they were detained. They were just detained. And in the process of them being detained, they were tortured on many different levels. And this is something that is not being spoken about. This is something that nothing is being said about. And this leads me back to a previous video where I spoke upon the prisoner exchange, the hostage exchange, if you will, where the Israelis had hostages to actually give, to actually exchange. And no one thought to wonder or ask the question, where did they come from? And why were they being held in the first place? In other geopolitical news, Al Jazeera reports Russian-Ukraine war live. Zelensky and U.S. to push for military aid. So, back on your hands and knees to beg for assistance in a war that you very well knew from the beginning that you could not win. You absolutely knew it. But rather than accept the terms from the Russian president, Mr. Putin, you would much rather fight at the detriment of your own people, at the destruction of Ukraine. You would much rather fight and pass the blame to the rest of the world when you don't receive the assistance that you believe that you need, that you believe is necessary to keep fighting a war that you absolutely will not win. You know what I also find interesting is the various defense contractors that are in Ukraine right now. And so Ukraine has been receiving free aid for a very long time. On top of the aid that it's been receiving from the United States military industrial complex, it has also been receiving aid from private contractors, private companies in the United States of America. So it's like, when will it be? When will it be enough? What will it take to help you win the war, because it seems like it's never going to be enough. As I just said, you're being helped by the military industrial complex of the United States of America, as well as independent defense contractors who are in the private sector, who operate in the private sector, giving you free services. All right, guys. So I moved over to the X platform, formerly known as Twitter. Right now, I'm on Democracy Now, and Democracy Now reports Texas Supreme Court blocks emergency abortion. Kentucky patient challenges abortion ban. Now, once again, because I believe I mentioned this in a previous video as well, I don't, I kind of been staying away from this topic because I feel that it's inappropriate for men to be speaking on issues that are concerning women. I feel like it's very inappropriate. But if I would or could speak to something, it would be about, you know, the emergency abortion part. I feel like that's the most important part because it's reflective of it being a serious amount of danger. And so, in light of that, you know, I would say that this was a mistake. I would say that this was a mistake. But once again, you know, my thoughts are my thoughts. My opinion is my opinion. Some of you may share it, some of you may not. Let me know how you feel about this situation. Did you know about this situation? Did you know about any of these things? Drop a comment in the comment section. Once again, always remember, stay vigilant, stay safe. Peace.